Alright, hello there ladies and gentlemen, Jas Winabo, the Thrash Metal Guru here. Just want to actually just say a little tiny bit of things for you here real quick before we continue on. If you're hearing a noise within this video, you hear like a little something like that, it's actually coming from underneath from the computer. I actually have a computer tray right underneath where the fan hits, so that way that way there's a cooling system going underneath the computer. So if you're hearing that noise, that's what's going on there. And also forgive me for the lighting right here. I'm just in a different room because my cats are sleeping on my chair, and I don't want to wake them up. And not to mention that I just can't find the appropriate place to actually film at this time since my cats are asleep on my chair. So, as I progress on to this topic, I'm not going to specify names. I'm not going to specify the situation. I'm not going to specify the very well-known friend of mine because I just want to keep this whole thing completely, away from this controversial trend between what I consider corrupt and what I consider on the other side. On the hint of trying to seek justice, or others who are trying to seek it in the ways of corruption. And that's a very bizarre way of dividing this whole situation up. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, I can at least reference what was going on. There was a lot of controversy of this issue going on between a certain hangout that actually happened, and a lot of people decided to take advantage of that situation. Now, granted alone, a lot of people had made the argument over a certain person who claimed to be a reporter, and the thing about this, though, is that it personally pisses me off, and I do not specifically or any way and generally care about what people are going to do to this video or what they're going to say to me, because I think they can obviously know who I'm talking about here. The person who was actually claiming that he did nothing wrong. A lot of people are going to say, "Oh well, fuck you about that." My friend, I am Mr. Cold Productions, already had received a shit ton of hate from a lot of people because he expressed what he felt. But you know what? We don't know enough about every side of the situation as well. Because here's the thing: apparently any YouTuber can be a reporter nowadays when it comes to serious subjects and all that matter, and it's okay to actually use that actual person's name without permission. This right here is where I have to call it the predominant founding part of bullshit. Here's the reason why, and I'm not saying this to justify myself in any position, because I know the position I would be in is no higher than anyone else's when it comes to reporting. Back in middle school, I took a reporting class, and in no specific way was there any way around to obtain any information about someone's personal life. There is no way you can bypass that sort of thing. You have to obtain permission to use someone's personal information to update that personal part of the story. And I'm not saying this, and I know this is kind of dying up, but this is actually creating a number of problems because a lot of people are taking this time to mock the situation or take advantage of the situation. And I'm not using this video in any way to do that whatsoever, because I'm trying to take this as serious as I can, and I'm just showing this is what's exactly wrong with it. A lot of people are going to complain to me saying, "Oh gosh, he did not, because he reported on it doesn't mean he actually." But when I looked at the hangout between a certain YouTuber who I will not dare mention to ever again because he's blocked me and all that for unknown reasons, hence why I think he's an asshole. Basically, along this line, when they were talking, another person was trying to tell him the difference between reporting it and using his way of reporting it. And so the person who was, I think in my opinion, who was taking advantage of my very close friend who was actually trying to commit suicide on the actual live stream of that, this is what I find wrong with it. He would not shut up for a minute, listen to the points that they had to say, and even took one of my friends, who actually is a good friend of my personal good friend as well, to actually try to reason with him. But when I see this certain person, this certain reporter who kept babbling on and kept interrupting him and having someone who kept agreeing with him over, but yes, to a certain degree I can accept that there maybe was some things that did make sense. But let's be real, ladies and gentlemen here. How is it you can get through to someone like this who will not let you finish your sentence, keep denying everything. This is basically, and no offense to anyone, because I'm not a fan of Craft Nation, nor am I an actual fan of Life in a Tent, because I'm not trying to bring these up as deadbeat subjects. But let's look at the past history here for a minute. When you connect the dots together, you kind of see a little bit of a pattern emerging. It's denial, it's all that stuff. But I'm not saying as a fact, because all he's saying was facts too, facts this, facts that, and you don't have to have someone's actual approval in order to, the parents' approval to actually have or obtain or ascertain the information from someone when it comes to that thing. Yes, it was live streamed, but the thing was, it was trying to be it was either privated or taken down for a good reason, because we do not want that individual or that person who is a good friend of ours to be put in a position or targeted by an audience to be put in a very, very rock bottom position, because that could actually push him to do something that we do not want him to do. And by the way, he's actually doing pretty well, and I'm very glad he's safe, and it makes me relieved. But what I'm just trying to say is that this is the problem with what I'm having here. What I'm seeing with this certain reporter, he's a lost cause. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if that's what you feel for me, and I'm sorry. And a lot of people, like I said, they're going to think I'm bitching, babbling, and complaining, but this is just what I feel. That's just what I think. And a lot of people tried to reason with him, but all he did was block people, even though when they tried to just give their reasoning about something, yes, people were angry, yes, people were a little bit, over the edge of concerned, but really, blocking people wasn't really that necessary. If you just take the time to sit down and actually listen to what that person is having to say, maybe things will be a little bit more understandable. But no, this person just kept interrupting them, saying this, saying that, and just kept spattering all this other shit. Now, I'm not saying for a fact that I'm taking everything that he says as a lie, because we as human beings have some truths, we as human beings have some lies that we keep for ourselves, because we don't know exactly as a fact, because we report facts, everything that you say is factual. I'm sorry, I took an actual class, I'm going to repeat this again, I took a class in middle school, read the rules that you have to obtain certain information according to in the state of Texas, just to be sure, even though that's probably going to be a little bit of a weak point right there, but I'm just still going to bring it up anyway. In the state of Texas, you obtain the information, you have the approval from either the higher authority, or you have the approval from the parents or the guardians as well. There is no way that you can just take the information and then just splatter it on there, using someone's personal information to exploit for your own gains. This right here, what I could actually safely say, is Onision standards. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Onision standards. I'm not going to bring Onision into this one again, because, like I said, he's not the one who I'm just going to bring in there, but this is something that also connects the dot to that sort of thing. No offense to people who like Craft Nation, no offense to people who liked Life in a Tent back then, and no offense to anyone, well, Onision fans, fantards, have actually taken it really too seriously, but for the logical and civil and actual rational people who, or at least fans of Onision, okay, I can give that, but you can connect the dots for yourself there. What is it that you could possibly see from this? And I'm not saying this as absolute fact, I'm just speaking from what I perceive in this sort of way. I'm not trying in any ways to make anyone the bad guy here. This is just saying what I feel. I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to tell you the truth, because if it was truth, it has to be based on all fact. I'm not here to give you the facts. I'm here to just give my opinion. I'm here to just tell you what I think is wrong, what I think is bullshit, and what I think is actually true from that thing. What I think, though, but that doesn't mean it's fact. So that's the time I'm going to have on this video right here. Now, and one more thing that I actually just, I forgot about this, where he said that he wanted respect. You don't just get respect, dude. You earn it. I could respect you as a human being, I could respect you for having an opinion, I could respect you for what you could do, but I don't have to give you respect, nor does the audience have to give you respect for anything. You don't demand it. You don't deserve it. You earn it. I've been trying, and I'm admitting this for the first time, but I am trying to earn the respect of an audience here. And I do apologize to some who I've not responded to, and I completely apologize to that. But the truth is, I actually want to earn people's respect. Not by exploiting, because I never want to take that sort of way. Not by calling out people unaccounted for, or actually putting people irrelevant into the situation. That is kind of contradictory to life in a 10 Onision, but I'm just saying that kind of repeats a pattern back then, just to keep people reminded. But here's also the ending point where I'm just going to say right here. I don't want to take the easy way to, get myself noticed up. I mean, at least I'm setting a goal for myself. I'm at least doing what I do. Yes, like I said, I'm going to be expanding what I do, but I'm kind of getting off topic. But what I'm saying is, I'm not going to use these sort of ways from what I just saw within my own eyes, or from the view of my own eyes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Thrash Metal Guru giving my opinions on this certain reporter. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day, and, if you have any family or friends who are actually having problems as well, I encourage you to help them, be there for them, tell them how much they mean everything to you, because this is the sort of thing that we need to help people on, and not let, people like the certain reporter, if that is your opinion, just want to be sure, if that is your sort of thing, then do what is right. Help those in need. Do not mock the situation. Do not exploit them. Do not do anything to make that person feel worse. Try to reach out to that person and help them. That's all I have today. Good night.